So, hi, I was born psychic, and my parents were pretty dark and heavy, and so I had to deal with seeing all that stuff and clearing it and seeing it, and you know, like everybody else. And when I get on Sunday, I'm going to be talking about bringing this into the movie industry, and that's what a lot of my my screenplays and things are about, is how when you come in psychic, there's these fields and energies that you see and things, and you start shutting that stuff off. I actually created needing eye operations because I ended up with cross-eyed because I didn't want to turn my head, because I didn't want to see all that. It probably helps me be psychic because I can, you know, see out the sides, and so I had to have operations. But besides that, so yeah, we all come in psychic. Everybody came in psychic. Everybody came in spiritual. Everybody came in as God. You are God. No argument there. If you're arguing with that, you're probably in the wrong room. So it's Mount Shasta, you know. So and we're all divine beings, and we're all loved, and we're all guided from above. And my talk on Saturday, tomorrow, is going to be about how the universe works and how vibrationally we move through realities. Our realities are actually stacked like this. And you can slip between realities. I don't know if you guys have ever played with reality shifting, where you sit there and you change your mind and you can actually shift. You'll feel yourself shift between realities. And I teach, that's one of the techniques I teach people. Should I move to this place, or should I move to that place? And you just sit there and feel it. And you can feel yourself shift around, and you can see, do you shift up, do you shift down? Does it feel light, does it feel heavy? So I'll be teaching all that, how to clear your, or I'll also do a lot of energy work. So if you come to my stuff, you might bring a lot of water, drink, especially anybody here, everybody here. We had a potluck earlier today, and we ran some pretty strong energy together. We're a big group, so bring a lot of water to drink. There's not going to be any food vendors or anything. So, because the more the energy gets stronger, the more you're going to want to clear it out, let it go. And if you cry, that's normal. So realize that a lot of energy work brings up a lot of tears, because that's releasing the resistance out of your field. And for every thought, feeling, emotion, or I don't know, how many of you hear dark energy, hear negative thoughts? So what do you guys do with that when you hear it? Put a flower up. So when you hear something dark, see, when you're psychic, you hear everything. So 95% to 97% of what you hear is not yours. So if you get into, is that, you know, I'm a bad person. I'm not very good with this thing. I would rather have the other thing tomorrow, but I'm a bad person. I can't think like that. Well, you didn't. It could be somebody 10 miles away that you just picked up on the radio band. But you might be on that lower level, so then you're like, why am I picking stuff up on channel 22 when my natural level is channel, 34 or 64 or 100? Or so, because there's all these bands of realities. People call them dimensions. So you kind of go, well, what dimension am I on now? If I'm on the crappy dimension, I got to do something to change my dimension. And then you go and you take a walk, you go outside, you pet your cat, you take a bath, whatever you can do to get yourself on a higher dimension, because whatever you're vibrating is creating your future. You're literally changing your future. So it's very important. It's not like this airy-fairy little stuff that some people think it is. This is major work. We're doing major changes on this planet. We're changing reality. But it doesn't mean we're changing everybody's. We're changing ours. And there's different, some people will just stay on their dimensional realities, and those realities will go away. They'll leave, they'll die, or they'll have tragedies that they believe in, because they're all God too. So if they give a lot of attention to negative realities, then they can actually create that negative reality. But it doesn't mean it's in your reality unless you focus on it. So that's one of the biggest lessons I learned was don't focus on the negative. Because I did 7 years of activism. I had 2,600 news people on my email list. I did all the cover-ups. I know like a lot of the high-level people and all the things. I had angelsfortruth.com and moonhoax.com and a bunch of things like that. And I learned don't focus on, even if it's there and they created it, if you focus on it, it pulls it towards you because you're creating. You're a creator. So it's bringing it into your reality. It's giving it more power. So you go, oh, that exists. That's interesting, that exists. But I'm going to focus on what I want to live out in my life. So that's what we'll be talking about. Dimensional realities, moving your reality. Now the hard part about that, 6 minutes, wow. Go slow, no. The hard part about that is when you've got all this crap from your parents and your grandparents and your ancestors, and we come in clean, we come in like this little hard drive, and we're like, oh, we're like this little bubble of love, and then we just get impacted with all this gook, like it's like diving into a dirty pond, and we're floating around, and the little turds are floating by, and we're going, oh my God, where did we come in? And then sometimes we go, oh, I must be a turd, because there's a lot of turds around here. And then we end up a turd, and we live like that for years, and then we start waking up and we go, oh, that's not mine. And you have to start clearing that crap off. And then your subconscious mind goes, but Daddy was a turd, and Mommy was a turd, so I think I'm a turd too, right? And they'll get mad at me if I don't believe their beliefs. And they'll punish me. And so your subconscious mind, your little girl or your little boy is in there. And if they, well, but I promised Mommy or I promised Daddy, and they'll come up, and if you have to learn to talk to them. Because if you go, oh, that part of me is bad, then you're just breaking yourself into pieces. And you're leaving these pieces on these deep, different dimensional realities. And then when you come in as a higher self being, you actually have to go find those parts of yourself and love them into the wholeness of who you are, regardless of whatever you think you did that was bad, because God doesn't judge at all. There's no judgment. So it's only humans that judge. And it's interesting because when you stand there in your crap, and I've been going through a lot in the past 2 years since I moved to Shasta. Oh my God, it's like I'm 2 hours every day clearing in the bathtub. So it's like the water's great, by the way. So if you're clearing stuff and you're thinking I'm a bad person and how could I think that, or how could I have that in me? Who cares? We're billions of years old. Don't judge yourself. Just let it out. Let it go into the light. Let it go into the light. Cry, 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 cry. Let it out, let it out, let it out. And you'll feel so much better. It's like I'm getting younger, literally. My body is changing. I can move more than I could when I was like 30. It's like because your whole body starts vibrating at a higher level, and it starts transmuting everything. So. But you have to be brave, and you have to put yourself first, not others. You can't put other people first, because that's a trap. And service is a trap too. I never say I serve people. I don't serve people. I work for God. So if you serve people, then they'll manipulate you. So I'll talk to you about how that works and everything. We contribute to each other, like cells in your body, right? They don't serve each other, they contribute to each other. So that's the way the universe flows with itself and with each other and everything. But there's so many traps here that the tangled web we weave. We got those webs. We have to clear that crap and let those webs go. So it might be kind of intense, but it'll be fun. So I've still got a few minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Yes?
Back in the 90s, how was it like for you compared to now, doing the profession that you're doing, knowing that we were on the verge of a major millennial shift? Because as a young boy, I was psychic as well in the 90s, and was wondering how all these different people would awaken and what that transition was like, what you briefly witnessed from, I guess, late 90s, mid 90s, all the way here in the 2000s, and I'm sure you probably shifted realities a couple times to get to the one that's basically not a doomsday reality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's so many times where people said California was going to fall off, you know, and go away, and maybe it did for them. I don't, you know, maybe it did. Maybe their reality veil, California's gone and they're on a whole nother planet. I'm not sure how all that works yet. If the reality's split and we end up on the one where it's fine, California. It's just like when Trump was voted in, it was like, I felt it. I don't know if any of you saw Star Trek where something happened and Spock goes, there was a thing in the field, you know? It's like you feel this weird energy where everybody's minds go, really? It's like this wash of how did I end up on this planet? I actually felt it was a good thing though, overall, because it wakes people up. And I said the same thing when Diana passed away. I felt this wave. I had to sit down, and I said something happened. Something big happened, and about 10 minutes later, they told us in Hawaii that she had passed. But I mean, the wave just hit me like, whoa. So yeah, you get more and more sensitive, and you feel this stuff. But in the 90s, when I put up the website, you know, worldpsychics.com. Now it goes, if you go there, now it goes to my website, lisalong.com. But I got a lot of, you know, 2 or 3 page Christian letters about how I was going to go to hell and everything like that. I had to get transparent in it. So whenever you have a belief system of, you know, that energy can go in and it can hit you and it can hook you. And then you're like, and it's this pull and this energy. And then you got to clear that out. You got to clear where that hooks into your field. And so I had to do a lot of clearing over the years just to be able to stand in my light and say, this is real, this is truth. And now going into I've been in the movie industry for 20 years, but bringing it into the movie industry, not as a horror movie, you know, it's like, and they make a lot of money, low budget horror movies. You know, those are pretty easy to sell, but that's not what I'm creating. So you have to be able to hold your light, but if they don't get it, that's not my problem. That was a hook too, like thinking that you had to help everybody or fix everybody or change everybody. Because if they check out, they just come back in clean, right? Because once you leave the planet, you leave your body and all those issues go away. And then you come back in a new little body and you're a lot clearer. You're cleaner and you're at a higher vibration, because the whole reality of the God consciousness moves forward, and all the beings that they come back in come through that level. So we literally came through the past. So the people that are older came through denser realities to get here, and the people that are younger are coming through lighter realities to get here, because we've all been clearing it. So that's why the little kids are a lot more awake, right? And yeah, but we had to plow more shit. We're the shovelers, right? We came in to shovel. Yeah. So, yeah, everybody had, and then they have to, like, a lot of the new little kids, they're coming in and they're like the visionaries. They have like, oh yeah, clean the ocean. Oh yeah, I can make this little product here. Yeah, clean the ocean, right? They're visionaries. They're not having to shovel because we shoveled already. But the more we shovel, it still works, because we're transmuting all this stuff in our DNA that's affecting all our ancestors, so that when they reincarnate, it's clearer for them too. And most of us reincarnate, in my experience. I read past lives and everything like that. I see dead people, all that stuff. And most of us come back in the same lineage, right? Close to it, you know. Like, so if you've been crappy to your kids and didn't raise them good, well, hi mommy and daddy or whatever, you know, or hi grandparents, right? You gotta. So if you keep cleaning up, because it's law of attraction, so you'll be attracted to what's closest to what you left, right? So the more you clean up your lineage and then you clear it through your ancestors and also through your descendants, it shifts the whole planet. And then it radiates out of our DNA and shifts everybody around you. Because you could actually go to a new town and just stand in the middle. I do it a lot of times in airports. I'll put a big ball of light, tower of light in the middle of an airport, and it's like in LAX, and you just watch people. Some people will walk around it, and some people will walk through it, and they'll go, wow. I like playing. So yeah. So that's about what so my first talk is going to be more going into consciousness, how it works. It'll be like this, only I'll be doing a lot of energy work. And you also had energy work just being here with everybody, so be sure when you go home you drink water, and if you cry, let it out, let it out, let it out. And then my second talk will be sort of that, but also about how we've been dumbed down and how to undumb yourself and how to bring it into the movie industry and reach the mass market movie industry. So if anybody has $100 million, I'm gonna call me. I'd like to talk to you. I'm gonna ground it in here. A multi-millionaire. Yeah, thank you. But I'm gonna ground it into Mount Shasta because Spirit told me, I'll just take another couple of minutes. Oh well, it went away. I was flying out from Ashland almost every couple weeks, going all over the world doing stuff, and they kept putting me in trance on the plane, and I'm like, why are you putting me in trance? And they said, look out the window. And I looked out the window and was going over Mount Shasta, and they said, Mount Shasta, and this is a lot of people they think it's the root, but they told me Mount Shasta is a crown chakra of Earth. And we're working, Mount Shasta is the crowned chakra of Earth. And although it's round, so, you know, it's like whatever is crown. And what we're doing is we're bringing prosperity to Mount Shasta through you. And I said, oh, well, I need some to bring in more. I mean, I had a lot, but to bring in more. And they're like, yeah, so we're working through you. And so the more you bring prosperity to Mount Shasta, and that's just clearing your issues. You don't have to do anything, just getting clear yourself. When you're in the field of Mount Shasta, it shifts the whole planet. Because it becomes, can you feel that coming in, the energy right there on that one? Everybody, can you feel that coming through your legs? Yeah, so it's shifting the whole reality on the whole planet when we bring that here and make it okay to be rich and wealthy. And I'll talk more about that. But yeah, but the whole spiritual thing, you're supposed to be poor, that just is to keep people stupid and asleep. and suppressed, right? All the crappy people can be wealthy, and all the spiritual people have to be poor. Now, that's the stupidest thing. Yeah, it's like, but we were brainwashed with that crap for not just this lifetime. I mean, probably thousands of lifetimes through all the Buddha lifetimes and all the monk lifetimes and all that. So we're just going to blow that crap up. So I'll talk to you later. Thank you.